My name is Danique Sewell, and I'm 21.
My name is Julian, and I am 20 years old.
My name's Carly, and I'm 20 years old.
I'm Aaron, and I'm 20 years old.
My perfect body was, it's like curvaceous, but not like, it wasn't like over the top like how a lot of video models are. It was never anything, it was just like proportioned. Maybe you have a C cup, you have a small waist or a flat stomach, have some hips, long legs. I always wanted to be tall, so I just want to be proportioned, like an average. I didn't want to be above average. I didn't want to be out there. I just wanted to be as average as it gets.
When I was younger, I didn't really know what a perfect body was because as I said, I didn't really pay much attention to that kind of stuff.
To me, the perfect body is, it's not necessarily bony, but it's just thin, like naturally thin, and I just want that. Be nice.
When I was younger, what I thought the perfect body was, clearly you could tell by the top I'm wearing. I'm a guy that's always been into comic books. Looking at those guys, they're always built, good looking. So to me, that's what it was all about. It was good looks, big bodies, muscle.
They're just being kind of like tall and really like uncomfortable with, like just being really awkward and uncomfortable with my height and my my skinniness kind of, and just being tall, lanky, really just not that typical like muscular, like strong man that everyone aspires. Well, every male is told to aspire to be because that's the perfect male body. So. Yeah, I guess I always felt like I wasn't like attractive because I wasn't like a man per se. So.
I never had shape. I always wanted some shape, some hips, something.
Well, growing up, I was always, the chubby kid. I blame my parents. Good Caribbean food. I was always made fun of. I was always heavier set.
You grew up on Disney movies, for instance. They're very cookie cutter characters that have, I love Disney movies, but like growing up watching them, you kind of tell they certainly place certain ideologies on what like everyone should look like, and it's very hard to aspire to be anything like that because essentially like all the male characters, they're all like the heroes, they're all like big, muscular, strong, like confident, and that like all translates in their body language and the way they carry themselves. And when you're a kid, you may not realize it, but then you kind of grow up and like society's still telling you the same things. It goes from like Disney movies to like the media, like magazines and pictures on the internet.
I was in middle school, and I think I was about in grade 8, and I was the last one to like get my menstrual cycle out of all of my class. And when someone found out, they looked at me and they're like, you don't even look like a girl. You're not woman enough to have your period. And then a group of guys came by, and she turned and asked them, would you ever date her, or would you even think that she's cute? And somebody said, no, she looks like a boy. And it was like the worst.
Well, it started my eating disorder around 8th grade, and it all stemmed from running, actually. I loved it, but I loved it to an obsession. Like, I would spend 6-7 hours a day straight just running on the spot. I didn't care if I was at school, if I was anywhere, like I just had to be moving faster than a walk. So It started innocently enough. Like, I just started eating a lot more fruit, and fruit became my main source of food. I didn't eat anything else but fruit, and I kept running for all that amount of time. On top of that, I was still dancing for a bunch of hours a week too. So I just got really, really thin, and yeah, got sent to the hospital for being very malnourished and also a really low heartbeat, which I got in a lot of trouble for, because if it dipped any lower, I could have died.
It's not a fact of being perfect, because everybody has their own idea of what perfect is. I just wanted to be completely comfortable in my own skin, because I don't really have any reservations. It's only like my bust that I really have a problem with. I'm content with just about everything else, just not my bust, because it's really annoying when I want to go shopping and I see something that I like and then my chest doesn't fit into it.
I think it's always so important to like remind yourself about the good days, and just like if I'm having a really good like body day, like maybe I'll take a picture of myself and I'll just keep it for like my own personal like mental check. If I'm having a bad day later on that week, I'll be like, look at you, you look the exact same. Can't you see this, you stupid?
Perfect body to me right now is whatever makes you feel comfortable. Whether you feel comfortable being 120 pounds, you feel comfortable being 220 pounds, really doesn't matter.
What happened was I just was crying and sobbing because all I wanted to do all summer was go horseback riding and go to like my favorite spot in like the whole wide world to go. But I was too underweight to ride horses, and like it wouldn't have been good. So I had to gain a certain amount of weight before I was even allowed to go on a horse again. And that was such a good day when I finally did, and I got all clear to spend the rest of the summer horseback riding.
If they don't like something about themselves, change it, but don't change it to please anybody else but yourselves. It's like drinking poison and expecting somebody else to die. It's not gonna happen.
What I would say to them is, you know, stay focused. You know, trust who you are as a person. Accept yourself firstly, and you know, put others to rest. Like, if they don't think that you're attractive, or you know, they're gonna be on you for looking a certain way, you know, just carry on. Be with the people that give you the most positive feedback possible. Be with the ones that accept you for who you are.
The ideal body is bullshit, because, you know, like it's, who decided that there was an ideal body? Like, we did. And we can just as easily decide that there isn't one, so.